Are you tired of driving your muscle car down the road with your wheel cockeyed like as if you're driving with a stroke? Well, let's stop that right now. Watch this video and I'll show you how to rectify it. Righto. If you can just see the steering wheel there, I've got it straight up and down, and then just made sure that whatever play was in the wheel was in the centre. Just put a bit of yellow tape around it so I can look through the windscreen, and I'm happy with that straight up and down. So now we'll take her up on the hoist and have a look underneath. Right, that's it. Right, so see that mark of it there? So it looks like nothing's moved since we put it up on the hoist, and that's what I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of large cable ties up around and around the drag link so that nothing moves. So while I do my adjustments, I know that I'm still going to be centre or where I want it to be. We'll get a couple of lights on the situation here. Put some up under. I'll just go back and have a look. So have a look at the driver's side wheel. You can see the camber on it already. Toe doesn't look too different from the other one, from the passenger side. But when you look at the camber on this one, it's straight up and down. So whatever the specifications say, we don't really care about that at the moment. We're going to try and set everything to 0 and maybe 1 millimetre toe in or something like that. Just as long as the steering wheel is straight or centred, so it's going to get us down the road without pulling left and right, and then we can take it to get a proper wheel alignment later on. So I'll just set you up over here. Right, so I'm going to go up over the cross member. And all this is just to try and lock it in. Make sure my marks are still lined up. Righto, spot on. So before I do the toe, I'll show you up under here. So the lower control arm pivot points, or mount points, this is a little eccentric here, or a cam. So see how that dot's pointing down, it's pointing inside. If we have a look on the other side, if anything, it's pointing outboard of the vehicle. So it's pointing back towards the control arm, whereas this one's pointing in. So that's our first thing we need to adjust. So we'll do that to try and get the wheel sitting straight up and down, and then we'll do our toe in, measure it up. So I won't have to take it off, I'll just have to loosen it. Trying to get it the same, and then I'll put the gauge on it. We'll just have a look. Might be too much. That's the best thing. We can check it out. So I've got a little gauge here, check your camber, so it's just got a magnet on the end. So really, as long as you put that on the centre on the wheel, you should be able to see. So I'm looking at that now, that wheel is a lot better than what it was. I don't think it's quite the same though. Alright, needs a bit more. I'll just have a visual on it as well. Right, that is so much better than it was before. Okay, going by the gauge are the same now. But like I'm saying, this is not a professional job. We're just trying to get it to the stage where we can drive it without wandering all over the road. Tighten up and see how it looks. So obviously, to be more accurate, you'd use those jack stands. So we're going to take the wheels off in a minute anyway to put the brackets on to do the toe in. And then you'd want to, even if you could strap your car to the hoist to these front legs here, so I didn't try and flip it off the back, you know what I mean? So I'll try and use the pads to put weight on the disc, which compress the front suspension. But the last thing you want to do is flip your car off the hoist. Couple lugger duggers. Should have both tight. Righto, happy with that. I'll bring it down a little bit so I can take the wheels off. The other side. So one of these brackets go on each side. We'll set her up. Most accurate way to make sure they're level. I'll grab a little level in a minute. Just put one on the other. Right, that one's good. Come on, dum dum. Here I am. Here I am, dum dum. Right, we'll see how it goes. No. You fucking. All right, that's this one. As you can see, right, close enough, that'll do. And then we simply get our, we need 2 tape measures. I think it might be worthwhile to use. It's all the same brand. Now it doesn't say that, but tape slots in like that. And then it's just the tension of the tape comes through to the other side. Same as the other one. And if you don't hit your head 1,000 times, you're not trying hard enough. All right. So toe in is where the wheels face in, as you might imagine. So the toe of the wheel faces in together like that, and toe out will be out like that. So what you try and set up for is about 1 degree or more toe in. So then as the vehicle's driving forward, the momentum and forces make the wheels come out like that. So if you have 1 degree in, they should be running pretty true. So if I have a look now, so I've got 1.64. On the front, I've got 1.58. Right, so the aim is to have both your tapes reading exactly the same. So we're going to have to loosen off our lock nuts. Should be 1/2 inch. Alright, so you find that they're normally pretty tight. You've got your trusty Steelsons. And of course you don't know which way you're going to start off with. Alright, so that's toe in. And the other thing you want to do, you want to make sure that you're not just going to adjust one and leave the other one, because then your thread's going to be different on each side. That's not really the way we need to do it. Let's have a look here. Keep checking, better do a little bit at a time. Doesn't hurt to have a visual either, see how it looks. Alright, so this side, you can see it towing in. Righto, so need some adjusting on this side here. Righto, I've gone over that for probably 20 minutes, back and forth, and I'm happy with that. It looks perfect to me. I'll tighten up the lock nuts now, put the wheels on, and we'll have a look. And we'll have a look at the amount of thread on those adjusters there. It looks very similar. That's what we want. We don't want them to be one with a heap of thread hanging out and the other one not, because it just causes a weak point. Bring it down, put the wheels on. Block your ears. Here I am, dum-dum. Here I am. So we'll check those wheel nuts when it's on the ground. Have a look at those wheels now. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. All right, a lot better than what it was. Let's see how it looks when she's sitting on the ground. See how our tape is. Straight up and down. A look at it. Hard to tell until we go for a drive, but looks heaps better than me. And that's how you do a hillbilly wheel alignment. All right, just finish off this episode with a joke. Now, look, some people mightn't like the jokes. If you don't, just let me know in the comments, or if you do like them, let me know as well. I didn't tell one with the HQ episode at my mate's farm. It was kind of just a rush to get everything done, but I've had a couple of comments saying what happened to the joke. But anyway, so let me know either way what you think. So this joke I'm going to tell was when I was in the army. I did 8 years in the army, joined when I was 16, did a trade, which you can't do now. You class as a child soldier, so obviously you can't join now till you're 18, I think it is. Anyway, it was good times, met a lot of good people that I'm still friends with today, so I've known them for many years. So this was about a particular bloke. Every time we went out and had a drink, he couldn't handle himself, and he ended up vomiting down the front of his shirt nearly every time. You know, this guy he was married, and his wife at the time said, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. If you keep coming home drunk like that with vomit all down the front of you, that's it, it's going to be over. I'm taking the kids and it's all over. So anyway, what this guy did is he cleaned himself up for a while. He spent about 3 months at home just building up some points. You know, you fellas out there know what that's like, building up the points. And anyway, come the time where his wife goes, you know what, I can't believe how good you've been. You've really helped around the house with the kids and everything. I think you should go out with the boys this Friday night. So we got a group together, we all went out, and it was the same old thing. Towards the end of the night, the shots come out, he couldn't help himself, smacking the shots down, and he ended up vomiting all down the front of his shirt. And he comes up, he goes, bro, what am I going to do? And I go, listen mate, just calm down. What you're going to do is you're going to put $20 in your pocket of your jeans. Then when you get home, you're going to say, this drunk bloke bumped into you in the toilet as you were coming out, and he's vomited all down the front of your shirt. He's giving you $20 for the dry cleaning. So righto, so we had a plan. So he gets home, knocks on the door, his wife opens, she goes, have a look at yourself, you're a bloody disgrace. I knew you couldn't control yourself, I knew this would happen. He goes, hang on darling, hang on. What happened is this drunk bloke's come past me, vomited all down the front of my shirt, but he's given me $20 for the dry cleaning. So he pulls the $20 out, shows her. Oh, right, okay, no worries. So, all right, we'll come into the laundry, you might as well strip down, because what I'll do is I'll rinse it now and I'll put a load in tomorrow. Okay, no worries. Anyway, so he's getting changed and she looks over and he's about to take his jeans off and he hands her another $20 note. And she goes, what's the $20 note for? She goes, you've already given me one for the dry cleaning. Is there more to be dry cleaned? And the guy goes, yeah, well, I didn't know how to tell you, Dale, but I didn't realise at the time, but that bloke must have been so drunk he shit in me pants as well. Anyway, so that's your joke for today. Let me know what you think. Right, see you later. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone.